everyone. Bonjour, como está? Habari zenu, uhoro wanyu. Annyeonghaseyo, guten tag. Hi guys, I've missed you all so much. You have no idea. And one thing that has remained with me throughout everything, throughout all the drama of this year, nothing is more consistent than change. Which I know it sounds like an oxymoron, but it's true. I have missed you all so much. I wanted to say a quick thank you. 1,400 subscribers, guys. 1,400 subscribers! I'm so excited. I love each and every one of you so much. Thank you for all the support. Today we are shooting from location X in Wisconsin. I have become a nomad lately, and forgive my nails, I need to put the salon, getting that fixed, but for now let's just ignore that it's happening. For those who have not been up to date, check out my TikTok for the latest drama. Also, I'm so sorry, it's super windy, so as you can hear, but it's really nice, so I'm not complaining. Those who are just joining us for the first time, it's your first time clicking on my video, thank you for clicking on this. I hope you're gonna like and subscribe and share. Stick around to see what we're gonna be discussing. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for being part of Kenyan Hippie Squad or hashtag African Hippie Squad. Check out my merchandise. I'm gonna be making some merchandise for Kenyan African Hippie Squad and African Hippie Army soon for you guys. Today's video is going to be discussing hashtag Back the Blue. And this is because I had a very interesting experience very recently, about 2 weeks ago. What was my engagement ended up very dramatically, and unfortunately law enforcement was involved at some point in time. However, I'm going to jump to that soon. Those who are wondering about me, I'm doing well. I am working on getting back to Florida. Thank you to everyone who donated. I appreciate each and every one of you so much more than you realize. I'm working on getting an apartment. It's been trickier than usual to find where I want to do it. I wanted my son to attend a very specific school district, so it's difficult to get an apartment in that area right now, but we're weighing our options, and my plan is to be there within the next few weeks, inshallah. Next, story time. So it was a Saturday night. I had to come back from the gun range. You guys know I love pew therapy. It's one of the best therapies in the world. And that's the day the relationship ended. There was a huge altercation and we were heading home. I was not comfortable, but we had to head home and we had to use one vehicle because apparently they didn't have any Ubers and Lyfts where we were at the time in Nebraska. So, but because the other party was not being reasonable, they were taunting me in the vehicle, and I demanded that I be dropped off or that he stop the truck. So the truck was stopped. The taunting continued. I was like, I can't do this anymore. I'm getting out. I'm not gonna sit here and let you torture me just because I said we're done. So I got out of the truck, kept taunting me. And being the crazy Virgo I am, Virgos in the house, you know yourselves, yeah? You know how we can get petty sometimes. I called his bluff. I was like, you wanna leave me here? Go. Because it's either you leave me in peace and get me home, drop me off at home. It was an hour's drive. This was about halfway through. Take me home in peace. I'm gonna get my stuff and get ready to leave. I can't stay here anymore. Taunting continues. So let's just say, long story short, I found myself alone on the side of a highway at midnight. And I was not alone. I had a duffel bag with my firearm in it. I carry an S&W M&P Easy Shield. It's my carry. I love that gun. It was in my duffel bag, and I just got off the truck with everything, and my little baggie, this little baggie right here. So, and he drove off. The person drove off. We're gonna call him Leaf. Leaf drove away. Leaf drove away and left me on the highway by myself. Now, I called a reliable friend who, by the way, Hippocrates, thank you for being there for me. Thank you for you've done a lot more for me than people realize, and I'll always love you for that. You're amazing. He's an amazing human being. I called him. I was like, now what am I supposed to do? Oh, I was not allowed to charge my phone in the truck, so my phone was at 40%. I was panicking because I was like, I need to be able to contact people, and I can't contact people with a dead phone. But anyway, I started waving down vehicles on the highway. Waving down. At the time, but I was wearing this little, I'm gonna insert a little clip here. You'll see what I was dressed in and what I shot that day. Guys, I shot a 50 caliber. It was, oh, it was so empowering. Just the power and the kickback that thing had. I was like, woof. And then it's supposed to, if you fire 2 of them and you hit the target, you get what they call a man card. It was very funny. I didn't get a man card because I only did 1 shot. Anyway, I'm waving down people. Remember, I am dark skinned, yeah? I am chocolate mousse, and it's nighttime, so I can barely be seen. But I had my phone and I had my flashlight on, and I kept waving cars down. This SUV pulls over, van, SUV, I don't really remember, it's been a while. That's why I want to do this video as soon as possible before I forgot the details. They pull over, it's a couple, a young couple, and the man goes, oh my God, are you okay? Are you okay? Is everything okay? I was like, yes and no. He goes, what do you mean? I was like, well, I'm kind of alone right now. I need to get somewhere. I don't know how to get somewhere. I am armed. When they had that, of course, I could tell they panicked a little bit because you can't hitchhike someone. But I wanted to be as honest. My honesty is the best policy, is my motto. And I wanted to be honest with them. Hey, I have a firearm, just so you know. So there are no surprises, you know. Being upfront. I didn't have to tell them, but I didn't know to hide it from them either. So they were a bit hesitant. They said, okay, what's going on? I gave them a little nutshell of the situation. And then lo and behold, Leaf pulls up behind them, tries to get me to get back in the truck, yells, oh, Kenya, get back in this. I'm like, nope, I am not going anywhere with you. He was armed as well. He has a Sig Sauer. I was like, I'm not going anywhere. I am a smart girl. I'm not getting back in that. You left me here once. We're done. That's done. That story is done. Tumemaliza hiyo story. My story imeisha kabisa. So no thanks. Kept yelling. I was like, they're like, is that him? I was like, yeah, that's him. Are you gonna go with him? Then he asked me, do you want us to call the cops for you? I was like, yes, please do. I would appreciate that. They were like, okay, you're gonna be safe. I was like, I have a gun, I'll be fine. The other time, I should mention this, I wish I had it here with me. I have this heated blanket, a thermal blanket I used in the summer, in the winter, sorry, when it was cold, because I get cold really fast and the truck had no heat. So this was the blanket I used. I yanked it off the truck. I didn't care. I just plugged in it, yanked it. So I had that wrapped around my waist because I was cold. It wasn't too cold, but it was in the 60s, and I don't like the cold. I'm a Florida girl and I'm a Kenyan girl. I don't do cold very well. So I was wearing that, and they were just looking at me like I was crazy. I did have on my 2A hat from, you guys check them out, the Hodge twins. They have amazing merchandise, Patriot merchandise. So I had that on me. It's gonna be windy and interesting. I was fully American girl clothed that day. I was just missing this bracelet. Actually, you know what? I think I had this bracelet on. It was a funny day. It was a weird day. Anyway. So I had that on me. I was looking all kinds of crazy. Anyway, so then they left me. I also had my American earrings, you guys. When I go extra, I go extra. They left. It took the police about 15 minutes to get to me. And also Leaf also left because he realized I wasn't getting back in the truck with him. He left. So I was left alone again. I was like, oh, well, under the moon. Under the moon. On a highway. Oh gosh. Then next thing I know, 5 patrol cars pull up. 5 patrol cars, guys. 5 patrol cars. Just woo! I don't even know how they saw me. I wanted to ask them how they saw me. Because I'm the melanin, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, they come, they're like, ma'am, put your hands up where we can see them. Because again, I'm armed. So, I followed instructions. I was like this. Actually, you know what? Let me explain. Let me show you guys what I did. So the cops are over there. They're yelling instructions at me. They're about 5 meters from me. Actually more than, maybe about 10 meters from me. Man, put your hands up. So I was like this. My duffel bag was right there behind me somewhere, or in front of it. It was somewhere, away from me. Then I was like, but then my blanket was falling. So I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, officer. My blanket is falling and my hands are still up. They're like, then they came closer, they came here, then I went to them, they patted me down. They were like, okay, you're fine, put your hands down. I put my hands down. They were like, okay, so we hear that you have a firearm. I was like, yes, I do. They were like, where is it? I was like, in that duffel bag. And I pointed to it, and I told them it's an M&P Easy Shield. It has the 2 magazines, 4 bullets. It is not loaded right now. Nothing is chambered. I broke down everything to them. Then they were like, okay, thank you for letting us know. Then one of the guys went there. He was checking the bag. He said, can I hold on to this? I was like, do whatever you need to do to feel safe. He held on to the duffel bag. Then they told me, okay, what's going on? I gave them the lowdown. They were like, okay. So like, so you were just, oh, then, so we got into talking about guns. So like, so why do you have a gun on you? I was like, because I was at the gun range. They're like, which gun range? I was like, I don't remember. I just know it's in Omaha somewhere. Then he goes like, I was like, and they have a 50 cal. And I was like, I'll shot a 50 cal. They're like, nice. It was a very interesting and friendly conversation with the police. I tell you guys. And by the way, just for the record, they were all vanilla. Or as some of you like to say, white. They were all white policemen, people. I'm an African immigrant. So for those who say, oh, police brutality, nah. I am a living survivor of a police encounter armed at midnight. So again, we talked. Toward the end of the conversation, we decided, okay, they're gonna drop me off at a motel close by because it was out of their jurisdiction. They couldn't take me all the way home and I was gonna have to take a cab in the morning. They told me, oh, we don't have any Ubers or lifts out here. I'm glad you didn't try to get one because there's none. I was like, oh, I've been trying to get one for the last half hour. They laughed. But we started talking about guns and the conversation changed into guns, and I was like, oh, by the way, I actually have 3, I have a shotgun. And one of the guys next to me goes like, I was like, somehow the conversation went into, I was like, oh, you remember those stimmies we got, the stimulus? He goes like, yeah. I was like, man, I hooked myself up some pew-pews. Then he laughed. He was like, go Biden. I was like, yes. So then I was like, I love pew-pews. Then he looks at my hat. He goes like, yeah, I can tell. I was like, thanks. So anyway, it was a really friendly encounter, you guys. It was the most amazing encounter I've had with law enforcement. It's not that I've had bad encounters with them. It's just Kenyan police are very different. They're different breed. And it's why I tell people, no matter what kind of encounter you have with them, no matter what kind of personality they have, you have the power to control the situation and the outcome of the situation. Because imagine if I was arrogant, imagine if I was acting like I was guilty, or if I was nervous. They would think I was guilty of something, but I wasn't. I cooperated the whole time. I complied the whole time, and so anyway, I was taken, I was driven, I was escorted by 2 of them, one behind us, and then he still had my duffel bag. He's like, thank you for being honest with us, thank you for showing us what you have. Like, we're so sorry about the situation. We hope we wish you the best. What is your plan? I was like, my plan is to leave tomorrow. I am leaving. I'm packing my bags. Like I said, the whole time my friend was on the phone. The broadcast was on the phone, so we had the whole encounter. And they said, so do you have someone to pick you up? I was like, yeah, I think I'll figure that out. I need to go to a motel tonight so I can sleep, so I can plan my next steps. And they did. They dropped me off at the motel. And yeah, and then he brought the duffel bag all the way inside the motel, put it at the reception, and then he left. And he told me, I wish you the best going forward. And that was that. Moral of the story is that just cooperate with them. I even mentioned to them, I told them I have a huge TikTok account. I have almost 500,000 followers. I am always preaching about backing the blue, and that if you cooperate, if you comply, you shall not die. And they laughed at that because they're like, yeah, that's true. I was like, I know. I was like, and this is a prime example of that. So all in all, it was a dramatic experience, but learned quite a lot from that. And I'm glad that that's what came out of it. I am a conservative. I very much believe in the Second Amendment, but also believe in law enforcement, and I believe in people just acting right, using your common sense when you're dealing in a situation like that. Because again, had I ran, or had I not been honest, things would have gone a different way. You know what I'm saying? So as much as I didn't like the context of the encounter with them, I'm glad it went the way it did. I'm glad I came out on the other side. I'm glad we had a laugh. We all were laughing by the time we were parting ways, because I was just like, oh my gosh, Then on the way to the motel, I'm a very preppy person. I'm an optimist. This is just who I am. The guy I told him, I opened up to him. I told him about my past. I told him I have had a really, I've had an amazing life. I've also had some really bad times. I told him I lost my son when he was 6 months old. And I told him, since I did that, the pain I felt, nothing could compare to that pain. No matter what I go through, I know I'll overcome, because that pain cannot compare to anything else. Nothing is gonna surpass that pain. And he looked at me and told me, I see that. He said, if someone had left me on the side of the road, I would not be as preppy as you are. I was like, yeah, I can see that. So it was an interesting conversation. But I hope you guys learned something from that. Like I said, again, hashtag back the blue. That's still going to be my motto. Stop resisting arrest. Stop arguing with the police. Stop being defensive. It doesn't matter if it's an asshole cop. There are asshole cops everywhere, including Kenya, who abuse their power. It's up to you to use your common sense in that situation to control the outcome. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I hope you have an amazing weekend or week or whatever. Again, thank you to my followers for the amazing support, love, and just, you guys are just amazing. You guys are just, you're the best. I love you all so much. Again, Wakenya out, Kenyan hippie. Mwah.